Hi. I'll just first up talk about some decisions that I don't like and what they should have done. First of all, it sucks that we didn't have a Halloween blot skin. Like, what the Sigma? Quell? What the Sigma? I think I'm gonna call Quell Cruella de Vil. Because that's what it feels like right now. Blood's one of my favorite characters in Danny's World, and I didn't unlock him yet, but it's an honest shame that we didn't have him yet. I mean, like, let's count the skins, all in total that we have of Blot. Vintage Blot, this, like, skin of Blot, and then this, like, other skin of Blot. 3 skins in total. Match that up with the default Blot, that's 4. However, for comparison, like Cosmo and Sprout have gotten a lot more skins. Why do we need a Cosmo and Sprout skin again if we're not gonna have Blot? This is the time of year where everybody dresses up as a costume. Heck, they could even have done Poppy and Boxton. I mean, like, why can't you do Louie? Louie doesn't have a lot of skins. Why couldn't you do, like... I mean, I understand with Yada, but still. What about the circus troupe? And V. Yeah, that's some decisions that I didn't like. However, I'll go on to the decisions that I do like. Like this Gord character right here. I think that he's pretty interesting. We had, like, 2 updates, holiday updates in a row, where the main of the update was a female that was pretty tall. I like how we got our second child character, and I like how they didn't, like, expose them up front. Like, I thought that it was gonna be Rebecca that was gonna be the main Toon, but I was dead wrong, and I like that. So yeah, that's the stuff that I like. However, I'm going to go on to another subject that I think they'll be pretty honest. And that subject is who will be a good trick-or-treater and who will be a good person to bring out candy. So let's go on to that. Okay, after from doing a short thing of research that I think should have been longer, I'll tell you my choices for the best to worst trick-or-treaters. Let's first start off with the best. Kind of. Coming in at Blot. I'm not saying he's a first, but Blot I think might be a pretty decent guy. I think he's a pretty decent guy, and he likes to make jokes. So I feel like that would be pretty, and I feel like that he's way much more of like a character that has a good reputation, so yeah. I guess he's gonna get good candy. Especially from V. Yeah, especially from V. And we all know why. Because I made videos on it. Okay, anyways. Next, we're gonna come in at Louie. Louie looks like a nice guy, and yeah. Overall, yeah, they'll be good trick-or-treaters. Along with Toodles and Gordy. Toodles and Gordy are homies. Of course, they're gonna be... of course, they're gonna be, trick-or-treating with each other. However, I think that Roger might go with Toodles. I think it makes sense because of parents. So, yeah. Now, let's go on to the bad trick-or-treaters and why I think they'll be bad. Okay. The first one on this spot will be V. You might be asking why V would be one of the worst trick-or-treaters. Let me explain. She is pretty obnoxious, so she already loses points for that. Also, she also would try and convince Blot to trick-or-treat with her. Like, you already saw my videos about how much she's down bad for Blot. So, yeah, let's just say that she's gonna try and make Blot go trick-or-treating with her, and she's a little too toxic. Next on the spot is Yada. Yada, the pinata, is very cuckoo about candy. If knowing her, she would obviously take the entire bowl of every single house. Every single person that's bringing out candy. So I honestly entirely doubt that she would actually be someone to actually deal with. She wouldn't be someone to deal with that you don't want. It's someone that you shouldn't deal with and you don't want to. So, yes. The next one would have to be Brusha. Brusha does painting a lot, but if she ever does trick-or-treating, she would honestly and obviously, I don't know, be obnoxious because she has a lot of enemies. She's not as bad as V, but still you get the point with what I'm saying. So, that already makes my list of the worst trick-or-treaters in Dandy's world. So let's go on to the best places to go versus the worst places to go. Okay, let's first start off with the best. Coming in at that, they're in the same category because you can't separate them. And they are the epitome of gay in Danny's world for so much that they even have their own ship. Like the most popular ship in the game. Here's Cosmo and Sprout. Cosmo and Sprout would obviously bake tons of cookies and would straight up spoil the heck out of anyone. Sprout would be panicking if somebody got a scrape. That overprotectiveness could actually translate to actually making treats. Instead of just buying candy at their nearest Walmart, they would bake everything at hand. Trust me, they would be like those suburban parents that would give absolute goated stuff. However, they would have to watch out for Yada, the pinata head. So, yeah. Maybe another good place. Another good place might be Astro. However, he's a little... I don't know about him. Maybe Shelly. Yeah, Shelly. She would give you dinosaur facts. However, I think she's nice enough to give you some candy. Now, let's talk about the worst places to go to trick-or-treat in the Danny's World universe. Okay. The first spot on here is Dandy. Dandy, yeah, he sells you stuff. However, we already know about with Dial, where he doesn't even pay Dial. Doesn't even let Dial keep tips. So it's a no-brainer that Dandy would be pretty stingy. I bet he would price everything at Tapes or Icor. And then be upset that nobody would want to go to his crib to get candy from Dandy. Get candy from him. The next spot will go to Tisha. Because I think she'd be a big clean freak. I bet she's so much of a clean freak. She'll be like one of those houses, like those dentists that'll just give you like cleaning supplies. Heck, I bet she'll just throw hand sanitizer at people. So yeah, she is out. Eliminated from... Yeah, she would be a bad place to go to. However, there's someone even worse than her. Someone so obnoxious that they would only go there for the candy. And that goes to V. V isn't as stingy as Dandy, however, she's pretty obnoxious. She's straight up obnoxious that Tegan would have to tell her not to do that. And also she would try and... I don't know what she would try and do, but I think if she doesn't trick-or-treat. She would end up giving Blah extra candy, but still overall be a bad person. So yeah, there's also one more spot that I want to go on to, and that is, Brusha. Brusha would straight up be bad. Brusha's already obnoxious, but counting the fact that she cares about painting more, I feel like that she wouldn't give candy to anyone. So yeah, also Shrimpo. He would throw bricks at people. That's what his big deal is. So yeah. Oh yeah. In conclusion, that Sprout and Cosmo would be the go-to in Garden View to get your candy from. Get your sweet treats from. And that the new Halloween update's goated, besides the skins not being all there. So anyways, I'll see you on the next video. And like and subscribe if you can. It helps out a lot the channel, and I'll try and see what I can do with Seasonal Amigos, a pilot. I'm sorry I haven't uploaded that yet. I need to work on that. I'll see what I can do, and I'll see you on the next video. That might be a Clash Royale video, so look up on that.